Welcome back to Pikmin 1. I always wanted to say Legend of Zelda.
This is a weird Zelda game. I knew they went more technological advanced as the series went on, especially with Breath of the Wild, but spaceships, not in my Zelda game.
They already did the technology in Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks and Skyward Sword.
But spaceships, seriously. Anyway, I'm Aaron the Black Dragon. Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Pikmin 1.
Well, with the spaceships there was an idea there was some plans, or at least a concept for Breath of the Wild that it was about an alien infestation.
Interesting. I mean, that makes sense.
Invasion, I mean.
Anyway, today,
Forest of Hope.
And you're playing.
It's my turn. Also, I think I'm being very illuminated by the sun.
You're a shiny boy.
Don't throw a Pokeball at me.
But shinies.
No.
I also want to point out, I'm playing Pixelmon right now, so Minecraft's Pokemon edition. And, sorry, my dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion. Oh, hey, that's why vibes are illuminated. And press A. I already tutorialed that in the last episode. First episode. And yeah, I'm playing Pixelmon, and you could have taken literally all of them out. But whatever. I'm gonna let you do whatever you want. I'm not gonna backseat this.
I have to hold it at the...
Yeah, you need to be a little bit closer because the sensor bar is a little bit of a douche. But yeah. I have played Pokemon games for so long, and I only got shiny Pokemon like 2 or 3 times in my life in total. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, why doesn't that word work? They instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flowered Pikmins.
So basically, whenever you see grass, you always want to make sure that you get it.
Don't pull it. Yeah. I'm gonna give you there's no nectar, but I'm gonna give you a little tip on the other side. There's also some grass. But yeah, I never really got any shiny Pokemon. The last actual shinies that I got in a legit Pokemon game was in Alpha Sapphire, where I just got a shiny Shuppet while I was running around and just grinding up Shuppet encounters with the Poke Tracker so that I could get the best Shuppet that I can get with EVs and whatnot. And while I was just going through the motions and everything, I think it was around 100 encounters with Shuppets or so, that there appeared a shiny Shuppet. I was not paying any freaking attention because I just saw, okay, the stats and everything are not what I'm looking for, the ability is not what I want. So I was just in, okay, cool, can focus on something else. Got into the encounter and escaped. And while I had the escape going, I looked down again just because I thought, okay, gonna be done soon. And then I saw, wait, was that a different color? And then it faded away. I'm not 100% sure that it was shiny, but I'm really certain it was a shiny that I just ran away because I was preoccupied with something else. So that was a shiny that I actively ran away in a Pokemon game. The other shiny that I got before that was in Pokemon Emerald, when right after the fucking tutorial I encountered a Poochian that was shiny, and you don't get any fucking Pokeballs right after the tutorial in the game, so I could not try and catch it. Thanks, game. And the Pixelmon actually found a shiny and caught that. And I feel like that does not really count towards an actual Pokemon game, so I'm still a little bit furious about that. So there's my story about shinies in Pokemon.
If I throw them at the 5 thing...
They will go towards you, they don't want to go around there, they're gonna take the most direct path, which is not always the smartest, but in this situation it is the correct way.
Okay.
So we have some... Our first enemies, which I completely ignored because I was talking about Pokemon. These are... not Boltmen. Baby Bulborbs? No, because the big one that we see there is Bulborb. Oh, are the small ones called the Bulbmen? No, Bulborbs. And the big ones are the Bulbears in this one? Or is it just the color difference? I completely forgot my names for all of the enemies in this game. Anyway, why? It's the eternal fuel dynamo. It has a... Okay, we're gonna cut this for a moment. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Also, welcome. I'm back. We got better internet right now. Which for you means I don't know when this series will come out, so you need 40 Pikmin for that.
Oh yeah, no.
Maybe just grind up your numbers a little bit, because you only have 35 at the moment, so this will be a little while. But yeah, for you, this will be an old message, because I don't know when this series will come out. But just right now, I got better internet, which will improve our lives and the streams and everything, and I'm happy right now.
Wanna take the video with what date it is?
Is it the 3rd? I don't have my phone here. I think it's the 3rd. The 3rd of July. There we go, super dated. Also probably gonna tweet about that on Twitter, so you can go back and fact check me on that.
You know what? You can give me those.
And let's just throw one away. Gone with the wind. Also want to point out, in this series we do not have a timer going, because every episode will just be as long as the day is, and then a little bit. Because for
where's the... Oh, I have all of them. Okay.
Yeah. Because for different series we gonna use a timer so that we can keep track of how long the episode and everything is. For that, episode's literally gonna be as long as the days are gonna take and everything around that. Which makes keeping track of episodes really easy, because you will know what episode it is with just the day count up there.
No.
I don't know, no. You need 3 for that.
Also I need the blue ones, so...
Oh my god, don't spoil a game that's like 10 years old by now.
10 years ago was like 2011, so try maybe 20 years.
Is it that old?
I think Pikmin 1 was originally released in 2001.
I mean, that might sound... How old is the GameCube by now?
I think the GameCube was I've checked that recently. I think the GameCube was released in 2003 in Europe.
Okay, and it came around soon-ish with the GameCube. Anyway, just with the eternal fuel dynamo, this should lighten things up. No more candles for me! I have now recalled 2 other 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I can maybe increase the range of the dolphin. The text that you just skipped over.
Yeah.
But luckily I know that text by heart. So yeah, we have to find a set number of parts so that we can increase the range of the dolphin. Now, I don't want to say that I can, if I have everything laid out for me properly and I'm not goofing stuff up, get all of the parts needed to increase the range of the dolphin on the very first day or second day. So, there is a method to do that. We're not gonna be on that range, but let's just see where we're gonna end up here. Yeah, okay, around 20-ish years then, apparently for Pikmin. Maybe not completely 20 years, that sounds a little bit too extreme then. Let's say like at least like 17 or 15 years, probably.
Something to that extent, yeah.
And again, future Aaron, you can showcase that on the screen after we have that dialogue. My clock is, or before that, I don't know when you're gonna do that. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on I must pay close attention to the sun meter on the monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it is the best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of the blah 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 tutorial, John! And anyway, it's just a monitor, whatever. Yeah, right next to us. Either way, I don't know. We have the sun meter. And that will just tell us how far into the day we are. So we are at a halfway point, which does not necessarily mean we're at halfway of the episode. Around-ish halfway of the episode, but not fully.
I wanna try.
Yes.
I wanna try ending this guy's existence.
Okay, let's see. I also wanna say I find it so fascinating how the spots on the bulbarbs, I'm gonna just call them bulbarbs because that's what I'm used to, are actually pulsating. Like even when they're dead, you see them pulsating a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is fascinating. Which also is in that case really interesting because the red bulbarbs, if you kill them, they're dead. You carry them away, you get the stuff, they're dead, they won't come back.
Yeah,
but there is a variant of bulbarbs, it's the black bulbarbs, that if you take them down, they will recover health again and they will come back to life. So...
Was that already in Pikmin 1 or the
Yes!
Okay.
That was already a thing here and we're gonna encounter them in the... third area. No, wait, that's the second area. In the fourth area, I think.
As you can see,
the fourth.
As you can see, there's already some with spots on them.
Yeah, because you let them in the ground for a while. And I think it needs to be close to the end of the day for them to have actually sprouted the flower on top of them. There is an advantage to have your Pikmin in the ground and just
It also
like
depends on when you planted them.
Yeah, because you need to have planted them closer to the start of the day for them to actually get the flowers. Because every Pikmin that we would plant now would maybe still get the bud, but not the full flower. So, are you ready to hustle?
No.
So this is... I want to point it out, this is a bad setup that you have right there, because the little bulb, the little bulb thing, names, is super close to the big end. That setup is bad. Also, maybe before you do that, just...
Yeah, another onion. With the yellow Pikmins.
Don't spoil the color.
We've already seen yellow and blue pellets. So,
yeah, could be that this is just green.
No.
Which I find interesting because at the end cutscene for this game there is like green onions flying around.
Yeah, the final cutscene shows a bunch of onion colors.
Yeah, and some that you actually will see in later games.
Here's a yellow Pikmin.
Yes, here's. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance it says this one has what in some circles could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might be different from the red Pikmin? I must be sure to observe it closely. I can blonde! Now we learn, if you hold A and then press B, you can switch around which Pikmin type you have.
Yeah, I think I prefer how Pikmin 3 does it, where you can just cycle through the Pikmin you are about to throw with L and R.
That's a good improvement, like honestly. So I sincerely urge you to ignore the enemies for the time being and just increase the population. That did not go according to the plan, but whatever. Increase the population of the yellow Pikmin so that I have an easier time when I tackle the next day here.
Yeah, that Pikmin throw did not go according to Keikaku.
No. So, there is now one thing left for you to do here.
Destroying the Bobo?
I mean, technically there's a lot of things left for you to do, but let's just have it at killing enemies, if you feel confident with that.
I don't, but I'm gonna do it regardless.
I mean, you're gonna have to fight, because I'm not gonna take away all of the boss fights from you. Certain boss fights I will throw you into.
Thanks.
I mean, why wouldn't I let you do the boss fights?
Come on, minions. Thank you.
So I recommend giving the big one
to the
I'm
yellow ones.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna backseat game. I said I'm not gonna backseat game, so I'm gonna shut up with my suggestions. You need one more, because one decided apparently to be on. That was... Just throw a red one on there, because you have 6 yellow ones on that, so... There you go, it will go. So, how it is distributed if you have multiple colors of Pikmin on them? It will always go to the color that has the most Pikmin around them. So if you would have 6 yellows and 4 reds, it will go to the yellows. If you have like 5 of each, I think it will go determined on what color you threw in first or what color has a flower, something along those lines. But I think it is what color you threw onto the thing first that it will go give the loot to. Unless it is a ship part, which always will be carried to the ship, of course.
I really wish they would show me the exact amount of Pikmin colors that I had, which is also something that Pikmin 3 did.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough getting used to how Pikmin 1 shows that kind of information.
But it also was the first Pikmin game, so of course there is a lot of things in terms of UI and other things.
This is the first game of a series, so some first installment crust is always to be expected.
Our clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onion on their own. But if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. Now I'm just gonna say I don't tend to leave Pikmin behind. I think when I did my nearly speedrun playthroughs, I managed to never leave any Pikmin behind.
Also another thing that...
It's also random chance. You might get unlucky and just miss one somewhere in a nook and that one's just gone.
Yeah, that can happen.
Also, we reached the 100 Pikmin mark, I see, right now. So, you see, the second 100 is glowing red. That means that's the limit. We cannot have any more Pikmin out on the field than 100. We can make more Pikmin for us to work in general. Yes, we can have... I think there's an unlimited amount of Pikmin that you could technically make if you would have the time, which you don't have. But I don't know if the number counter has any problems with tracking high numbers. Also, don't run too fast because your leaves will straggle behind and will get caught on the corner.
Right, that was the thing.
Yeah, so that's why I stopped you, because you could have lost a lot of Pikmin.
Also something they did in Pikmin 3 is they clearly show you the area where Pikmin are safe at the end of the day.
Yeah. Also quality of life improvement.
Yeah.
So we did good. Second day, second ship part. Nothing to be said about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we did not go over that one wall that we saw there in the end cutscene.
Nope. Also, another thing they did in Pikmin 3 is once you found the onion and cleared that day where you found it, it will then merge with your main onion, so you don't have to walk through all 3 of them. There's just one.
Yeah, but that took until Pikmin 3 for them to finally do it like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press plus to locate my parts. Yet, there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I'm attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it and press A to make suit repairs. Again, whatever does that mean? Maybe this is like a button on my ship, I don't know. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Yeah, we also have completely ignored that. Anyway, Pikmin population grew a good amount of reds, a good amount of yellows. We have 33 yellows, and I'm gonna be totally frank, I myself finished the game with never going like over 25 or 20 yellow Pikmin. There rarely is a need for more than that amount of yellow Pikmin.
Oh boy.
So for me, we could stop caring about yellow Pikmin at this point because they are not as good in this game. It's the red ones.
Insert that little picture of a yellow Pikmin sliding in on the side with a little tear going from one of its eyes here.
Yeah, in the first game, it's red Pikmins and blue Pikmins that are your stars. The yellow Pikmins only have two purposes: high places and bomb rocks. Which is also a purpose that they take away from them in later games, because every Pikmin can use bomb rocks later.
In 3. In 2, bomb rocks can't be used by your Pikmin.
Was that a thing?
Yes.
I don't recall.
Meanwhile, in Pikmin 2, the yellows were immune to electricity.
Yeah.
Which in 2 is...
Which was actually also planned for the first game.
Yes.
But they cut it for some reason. Maybe because they didn't find a way to include it properly.
Or maybe they ran out of time.
Maybe.
Which, considering how running out of time during development was a pretty prevalent running gag during GameCube development for Nintendo, I can imagine that happened.
Yeah.
Wind Waker ran out of time during development. I think Metroid Prime 1 ran out of time during development.
They should have given the people more time.
Yes.
I would have loved to see what the games would have become if they would have had the time.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 2 ran out of time during development.
Hey, how about Metroid Dread running out of time for development?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so. But they...
Well, it was the GameCube era. Nintendo had...
Oh, you actually lost to Pikmin in battle, I just realized.
Nintendo didn't do super duper hot with the N64. I think their games like Zelda and Mario kind of rescued it, but they were kind of struggling throughout the GameCube era with their family-friendly image, because games started to become more mature-like and games aren't for kids anymore and all that bullshit. So yeah,
games are for everyone. Screw you.
Yeah.
Generally.
So
I mean, I wouldn't give a kid like Doom.
No.
But still, there's a game genre for everyone. And everyone more or less can play every game. That's just it.
Yes.
There's just certain restrictions that are put on how games should be distributed. But
Age.
For an adult, I think every game's fair play, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we've done that, this is all just padding at this point. This is the result screen. We have 28 parts remaining and 28 days left. You found one part, which for a normal playthrough is perfectly fine. One part a day is perfect. If you can get that off, you are in a good running to finish the game on time.
Yeah.
There will be times when during a normal playthrough you'll even manage to get 2 parts. 3 parts is a little bit more tough on a normal playthrough when you don't know what you're doing, but 2 parts is likely. So you will catch up ahead, and you also during a normal playthrough will have times where you won't get any parts back. So having 2 parts in one day and no parts in another day, it all evens out eventually. So you are in a pretty good stretch there. For speedrun, this is horrendous. But we're not going for a speedrun, because then in that case I would not give the controllers away. Anyway, I think with that we just lost 2 red Pikmins, I think, because we see a little ditch there at the end.
Yes.
That's gonna be it. We're gonna leave this episode here. Next time I'm gonna be in control and I'm gonna get us some valuable parts. So see you then.
Bye bye.
Bye.